Yo guys, what's up? Welcome back to LeadFoot TV. Today, obviously if you saw my last video, I've decided to keep the Micra. So today I'm going to start doing some work on it. I have a big pile of parts that I've been stacking up and I've just avoided fitting because I wasn't sure if I was going to keep the car. So I've got a few little bits. I've got a battery tie, anodized red one. That is off some kind of Civic, like an EG or an EK. I think they're both the same anyway, but it's off some kind of Civic. It looks like it's going to fit. It's off MGC Automotive. I'll stick a link to all this stuff down in the description. I've got a couple of packs of red anodized dress-up washers that I just got off eBay. They say password JDM, but I'd imagine they're probably not real. And then I got some space tidy things for the HT leads in anodized red again. So I don't know if they're going to fit my new leads, so we'll have to see if they fit. And then I've got a full pack. Somebody on eBay has put together like a full stainless steel washer kit for the Micra rocker cover. So yeah, full set of stainless steel dress-up bolts. Not dress-up bolts, just like stainless steel bolts so they don't rust. I got a set of red HT leads that they were off eBay as well. I can't even remember what brand they were, but I'll stick a link to them in the description. I'll find it when I scroll through my eBay later. And what else have I got? I think that's it for today. But yeah, as you can see, it's looking a little bit shabby under here at the moment. The filter, this crappy ash filter is started rusting really bad, so I need to get a new filter. Obviously I need to spray the rocker cover. I'm not going to do that today, but these screws holding the rocker cover on can be an absolute pain in the ass to get off, especially if they're rusty like this one. So I'm going to get those off and fit those stainless bolts anyway, so that when I do come to do the spray the rocker cover, I can get it all off easy. So I'm going to fit the rocker cover bolts. I'm going to do all the engine bay dress ups, like replace all these wing bolts. Yeah, and then I'm probably going to pop these brackets off and stuff and spray them all black again, because you can see they've all started going rusty. So I need to do that. I was thinking about doing the battery tray as well, but to be honest, eventually the battery is going to end up in the boot. So I'm going to fit the battery tie, which will still be used when I move it into the boot, move the battery into the boot anyway. But yeah, I'm not going to bother wasting my time spraying the battery tray because it will come out pretty soon. So yeah, it's just a case of going around all these brackets and taking off anything that I can spray black again. So yeah, let's crack on with it now. So these rocker cover bolts can be an absolute pain in the arse, like I mentioned before. They're screws, so they get rusty and rot, and then you can strip them pretty easy. So what I do is get like, I don't know if you can see there, quite a thick cross-headed screwdriver point, and then just put it in like that. And just give it a few taps with a hammer, and that kind of like breaks it loose a little bit, and then get a ratchet rather than trying to do it with the screwdriver, because then you can push down on it at the same time, and then there you go, out as easy as that. If you've got some really rusty ones though, you won't get them out that easy. They are a pain in the arse when they rot, but so you want to try and avoid stripping them if you can, because it just makes life difficult. So yeah, I'll crack on with doing the rest of them. So that's all the screws out now. Now it's time for the Allen key bolts. So they come with 2 washers for each bolt. So you've got the little spring-loaded washer there, and then just your normal flat washer next, and then they just go in like that, and then it is 5mm Allen key. So let's crack on with putting all those back in. So that's them fitted. They look a lot tidier. I obviously, like I mentioned before, I'm going to be spraying the rocker cover. I just wanted to make sure that all those screws came out, and I thought I may as well stick them in now. When I do the rocker cover, I'll be changing the rocker cover gasket and everything. It's just obviously I didn't even pull it apart then. I literally just swapped the bolts, so it shouldn't have broken the seal. The kit came with a couple of spares as well, which is nice. But yeah, it's just you can probably, if you've got a local hardware store, you could probably just go and get some bolts yourself. But I just thought it was a couple of quid and listed for a Micra, so I thought I'd just buy it, save me messing around trying to find the right size bolts. So but yeah, it looks loads better. So next up, let's swap the leads over. So the easiest way to do this without messing it up, if you've never changed leads before and you're not sure which way they go round, is just do one at a time. You can't mess it up then. So obviously the leads get longer as they go along. So shortest lead, second shortest, third longest. So yeah, just change them one at a time if you're not totally confident. So as you can see, they're starting to look a bit tired and cracking. The rubber's cracking and stuff. No idea how long they've been on. They'll probably be fine for ages on a car like this, but I thought I may as well change them anyway, and then it's one less thing to go wrong. So we want the shortest, which is this one. So the leads are all on. Looks pretty tidy, to be fair. I like these. The clamps make it look a lot neater. I like that. And then the Civic battery tie fitted perfect. I'm sure it was for an EG this, but I think from what I remember, I think the EG and the EK both had the same size battery, so the battery tie should be the same size. But yeah, that fits really nice, and it just makes it look a lot nicer. So what I'm gonna do now is pull all these bolts out and fit the dress-up washers, which look like this. So they're just like Allen key bolts with red washers, just to try and brighten the bay up a little bit more than anything else. I think what I'm going to do is probably going to end up doing the rocker cover like a black with a tinge of red in it, like maybe like a flip paint, so like a black, like kind of like Honda Pirates black, but instead of it being like a purple tinge, it'll be a red tinge if I can get something like that, or maybe like a black with a red metallic or something. So I'll fit those now. Taking all these brackets off, I haven't been able to get them completely smooth. Some of them are quite pitted, so I'm gonna just keep an eye out for like this one here. You can see it's pretty rusty. I've been over it with the angle grinder and stuff, and it's really hard to get it smooth. So I'm gonna paint it anyway, but I'm gonna keep an eye out at the scrapyard for one in better condition. But we'll paint them up for now. As you can see, I've got them in primer already, so it's just a case of spraying them black now. I've got some satin black paint, so. There we go. So first layer of paint on. I'm just gonna wait for that to dry. Now I'm gonna walk up to the shop and get a drink, let that dry, then I can flip them over, spray the other sides, and then we'll fit it all back together, and I'll show you how everything looks all back together. It's looking a lot tidier. I think the rocker cover will be the thing that finishes it, but I'm not gonna be able to do that today because I'm gonna have to order some paint that I like. So yeah, we'll get all this back together, and then I'll show you the engine bay with everything fitted and show you how it looks. So we're all back together now. Like I said before, got the leads on, connectors, battery tie. I've put all the dress up washers everywhere. Used them all down here. I've painted this bracket black, that one on the throttle cable. these front ones as well, which have made a big difference actually, because they were rusty as hell. And I just need to get some anodized bolts, M8 anodized bolts for these as well, because the rusty bolts make them look rubbish. I've done that black bracket under there. Can't really see that one, but yeah, I've done that one, done this one, that one, and then the two at the back. I've put the dress up bolts everywhere that I can. I probably need a couple more, I think, because I want to do one on that bracket as well. I made the mistake of, so these coolant bottles are really common for getting brittle over time and cracking, so I made the mistake of seeing how brittle mine was and pushed it a little bit. It turns out it was very brittle and it broke, so I need to get a new tank, which isn't a bad thing because I was going to replace it anyway, but they're about 10 quid on eBay for a new one, so I just need to get a new one of those. And then yes, just I'm gonna try and get hold of some Jubilee clips to change all these clips because they look tight. I might even see if I can get some silicone hoses, and then when I do I need to change the belts on it as well, so I'm gonna do the alternate brackets and everything like that. So yeah, I've got that to do. I'm gonna get a horn that's not rusty, so I need to order a horn that's not rusty. And yeah, there's loads of stuff to do. Obviously I'll be getting a stainless steel manifold at some point off Gizfab, and then the rocker cover needs painting, which is probably going to be the biggest difference because as you can see, all this white stuff starting to grow on it. And yeah, so rocker cover needs doing. That's going to be the biggest change, I think. But yeah, that's first stage of me starting to tidy it up. Another thing I'm going to do is delete the charcoal canister, but that I'll do a complete video on that just to show people how to do it. Yeah, so that's everything for today. Obviously it's not made a huge difference yet. I think once the rocker cover's painted, that'll be the biggest difference. I'm gonna possibly spray the intake pipe the same color as the rocker cover as well, and then I need to get a new filter because the filter's started getting rusty. So I think I actually have an Apexy filter somewhere that I'll have to dig out. But yeah, so I need to do the filter, paint the rocker cover, and then eventually I'll get a stainless steel manifold for it as well, so which will tidy it up a lot, because that the standard manifold's a bit of an eyesore. So yeah, still stuff to paint and tidy up as well, so I will just chip away at it a little bit at a time. Not had a lot of time off the last couple of weeks, so it's been difficult getting a bit of motivation to work on the car, but yeah, I'm trying to crack on with it as much as I can. And yeah, that's it. But I will catch you in the next video. If you've enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a like, and I will yeah, catch you in the next video. Peace out.